Let me make sure this is focused. I think it's focused, hopefully. Anyways. No, it's not focused. Crap. Date, April. That's when we were supposed to learn this. Best laid plans. Yeah. Anyways. Today is May 14th, 2020. And it is 2:20. Yeah, there's a lot of 20s before. Interesting. PM. This is the second lesson for the week. Second and last lesson for the week. What you are doing are your graphing points, making a triangle, and figuring out the measure of the reference angle. So in the previous lesson, you learned what a reference angle was, and last week or 2 weeks ago you learned how to use trig ratios to solve for an angle. So it's all interconnected, and then, like I said, the big picture stuff happens next week. How all this is related happens next week. I'm actually going to skip this problem, come back to it, and do this one first. So if you have printed this sheet out, you can follow along. There you go. So graph the point. -5, -4, which is right there. Now I'm going to write down the steps after you graph the point. Steps. Step 1, graph the point. Yeah. Step 2, connect that point to the origin. Connect this point to the origin. Bam! If you have a ruler, great. It looks better. Next. This is the most important part. This is where students messed up. Draw a vertical line back to the x-axis, not horizontal. If I see you do this, it's wrong automatically. Vertical. And look at what you got. You got a triangle. I'm going to call this the reference triangle. Here's your right angle, blah, blah, blah. We know that the length of this side is -5. We know the length of this side is -4. The reference angle is in the corner of the triangle next to the origin. So it's in the corner next to the origin, and if you drew your line vertically, then you're not going to mess up. So there is your reference angle. You can use theta, or you can use theta r. It doesn't matter. Technically, if you want to be correct, it's theta sub r, like that. And again, we covered that in the previous lesson, so hopefully that's not throwing you off. But interchangeable. Sometimes we say find theta, sometimes we say find theta sub r, or the reference angle. There you go. If you don't have the r, it's not wrong, trust me. It's okay. So, that's step 1. Plot the point, mark the reference angle. I did that. I plotted the point, I made the triangle, and now I'm going to find the measure of the reference angle. And you will always use inverse tangent for this. Always. Why? Because we are given the opposite side and the adjacent side, and that is tangent, of course. And when you're finding an angle, you use inverse. So theta, or theta sub r, whatever you want to write, is equal to inverse tangent. It looks like an exponent. It's not. Of opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Do you guys see what I just did? Both of these are negative, but I totally ignore the negative. Yeah? So you should too. So just take the absolute value of that number and the absolute value of that number, just to be safe. Otherwise, when you put this on your calculator, you may get a bizarre answer or negative answer. So regardless of if the x and y points are negative, make sure you use positive numbers in here. Yeah? And then, oh shoot, sorry. Go to calculator. Bam. Why is it so bright? Let me see if I can turn the brightness on my phone so you can see. Brightness. Oh, there we go. Okay. Calculator. Notice it says rad up in the left corner. You must be in degree mode. Okay, so how do I change that? I don't remember, but I'm gonna go this way. Aha! Degree. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode. If you are in radian mode, you will get bizarre answers. And then inverse tangent of 4/5. I'm gonna guess 40. 40 degrees is my guess. You should always, before you touch this calculator, use your brain first, so that you know if your answer makes any kind of sense. 4 divided by 5. Oh dang, filthy. I estimated 40 degrees and I'm pretty stinking close. 38.7 degrees. Approximately 38.7 degrees. Make sure, because you're finding an angle measure, you label it in degrees. Another side note, a couple of you on previous assignments were writing this incorrectly. I saw this, and this means something completely different than that. So, no bueno. Don't do that. It looks, what the, don't spell tangent like that. It looks like an exponent. It is not an exponent. It's just inverse tangent. Okay? Yeah? 38.7, approximately 38.7 degrees. Next one, going back to this one, you'll see why in a second. I wanted to skip this one initially. So, grasp the point. Bam. Connect, remember the steps. Hopefully you wrote the steps down. Connect this point to the origin. Bam. Make your and then the next line from that point has to be vertical. Back to the x-axis. And then you make your triangle. Theta for the reference angle is in the corner with or next to the origin. We know that this is 4 inches or 4 whatever. This is also 4 inches. The reason I saved this one for last is because it should be obvious. We don't need a trig ratio to solve for theta. You should know what that is. I'm going to let you think about it for a second. How big is this angle if you know that these two sides are congruent? It is a very special type of triangle. Very special. So if you encounter something like this and you just simply write what the answer is, I will be happy. I will actually be happier that you have used your brain, your knowledge of geometry. I'd rather you use your brain. So, how many degrees? 45 degrees. But, let's say you don't recognize it as a special right triangle, then doesn't matter. You still end up getting the correct answer. Opposite, adjacent, use inverse tangent. Voila. I have a feeling, actually I'll bet you $1 billion that my calculator will say exactly 45 degrees. Not approximately, exactly. That's why I use the equal sign, 45 degrees. Yeah. And should I do another example? Because we got one example in the first quadrant, one in the third quadrant. Do we need to do one in the second or the first? Nope. I'm going to end the video right here. And then if you need help, email me. Yeah. But make sure you follow these steps. Grab the point, connect that point to the origin, and draw a vertical line. Vertical line. There are 10 problems. For some reason, when you click on the assignment, it shows it twice. Obviously, you don't have to do it twice, just once. 10 problems, 8 out of 10. Try to get 8 out of 10 correct. Yeah.